Hold the line! In the name of the Emperor, you will not falter! We can't hold! Run for your lives! Cowards! You will fight, or you will die.
I am Captain Gabriel Angelos of the Blood Ravens 3rd Company. Status.
My lord, forgive me. We have done all we can to stop the orcs, but we have failed. My men's lives are yours.
You stood your ground in the face of the Emperor's foes. You've done your duty. If your men have failed you, I will leave their judgment in your hands.
Thank you, my lord.
I am not here for your thanks. This port must be held if we are to maintain troops and supply lines to the planet's surface. That is why we are here. Now, what of the wounded and the civilians?
Stranded. We have few ships.
Then you shall have more. All Blood Raven flights execute Protocol 23 and initiate civilian evacuation. We will dispatch the ground forces.
Yes, my lord.
Ground forces, my lord? But the orcs have retreated.
You must know your enemy to defeat them, Colonel. Orcs only retreat to regroup. They will keep coming until you or they are dead. Brothers, let us destroy this alien filth!
I am honored to be in the presence of a librarian. I wish to know how my men can better serve you.
We shall wait for the captain to finish his prayers. I saw you stand against the orcs. You are a brave man, Colonel. I wish I could say the same of your men.
I shall strengthen their resolve, my lord.
See that you do, or we shall do it for you. You have something you wish to say. Say it, Colonel.
How did you know?
Even without my psychic gifts, it is obvious. Speak.
Is it true your company eradicated a heresy on the planet of Cyrene recently? An exterminatus, down to the planet's last man, woman and child.
Colonel, your company is welcome, but such questions are not. Do not ask the captain about Cyrene if you intend to remain in his good graces. Brother Captain, the Colonel wishes an audience with you.
Thank you, Isidore.
My lord, my Tartarus 37th Imperial Guard Regiment stand ready to serve you in protecting the city. They wish to make amends for...
They will have many opportunities to prove themselves warriors worthy of the Emperor. The Blood Ravens are leaving the city. Its protection is in your hands.
I will ready my men. May I ask what your next course of action is?
Orcs only respect strength. I intend to show them that we have it in ample supply. War Journal of Captain Gabriel Angelos. The situation on the planet Tartarus is grim. While the Blood Ravens crushed the main Orc offensive at the spaceport, the bulk of their force is not engaged. They gather in the wilderness, awaiting a critical mass of bodies that will overwhelm the Imperial forces in a green wave of death and destruction. The Blood Ravens will not allow this to occur. Orbital monitoring has detected an area in the southern forests where the Orcs appear to be massing. Orcs only respect strength, so they will look to the largest of their groups to lead them. We will insert a small, covert strike force to eliminate these Orc leaders and destroy any encampments where the Orcs might mass. This should cut to the heart of the Orcs' fighting spirit and delay their inevitable counterattack. We must tread lightly, lest we disturb this slumbering beast. You have your orders. Now go. And may the Emperor protect you.
I do not care for all this sneaking about.
I know, old friend. You always have preferred the direct approach.
We have the Imperial Guard. Why not send them into battle instead of treating them like glorified shepherds? If we meet the Orcs in force, they cannot possibly stand before us.
We have fought the Orc 100 times before. They thrive on war. A direct assault on them would likely improve their morale and simply attract more of them. The casualties would be enormous.
What are the Imperial Guard for if not to die for their Emperor? At the very least, we should retain a regiment to remain at our core. We have little support this far out. We would not want to be remembered for our carelessness.
We, old friend? Or me?
We are brothers, Gabriel. You know better than to ask that question. I know what this is about. There was nothing you could have done to save Cyrene.
Do not mention that place again, Isidore. Cyrene was my homeworld. My responsibility. Scout Team 3, do you copy?
Yes, my lord.
The local Imperial waterworks has fallen into Orc hands. If we are to reclaim this area, we must first retake this position. Scouts have infiltrated ahead of you and will assist you in your reconnaissance. If things prove to be more than you can handle, reinforcements will be mobilized to assist.
Getting into position. Gathering intelligence.
Under fire!
Good work! The Orc Knob is dead. We will take it from here.
Commencing infiltration. I sense danger.
Praise the... Well done. The waterworks are under our control. Now we must start building a base before we hunt down the rest of the Orcs.
I must speak with the captain.
He is giving the Emperor his praise. Leave him this moment.
Yes, brother librarian. We completed our sweep of the area and can find no more Orcs.
Indeed. Tell your squad to move ahead and clear the company's path.
Yes, brother librarian.
I will suffer no trespass.
The Orc invasion is far more serious than we originally imagined. The Imperial Navy, with the help of the Bloodraven's battle barge, the Litany of Fury, has regained tenuous control of the space around the planet. However, the number of Orc troops and supplies that have reached planetside far exceeds our original estimates. The Orc menace has spread throughout the low-population areas of the planet. Civilians are fleeing in mass to the cities, where they hope the higher concentration of Imperial Guard can protect them. Due to our recent actions, we were able to destroy several Orc forward encampments and kill many of their leaders. So we can expect at least a brief respite from further Orc attacks in this area. The Bloodravens have returned to the capital city of Magna Bonum to prepare the defenses during this downtime. Brother Mateel, Second squad is to man those buildings opposite the market streets. Go! Brother Tantheus, take Ninth Squad and shore up our defenses along our southern flank. We need those gun emplacements operational. That is correct, Brother Corrales. Begin executing Protocol 18. We will silence that Orc artillery.
My lord, I have taken the liberty of stationing my Imperial Guard around the key facilities, including the spaceport and power plant.
Your initiative is admirable, Colonel, but I need you to pull your men back to this location where they can concentrate their defense.
But if we abandon the spaceport...
We cannot hold the spaceport, Colonel. We have to maximize our defense in one location to assure victory. Do not mistake the Orcs' simple manner for stupidity. They are far more cunning than they may seem. Now go.
Yes, my lord. I do not agree with this course of action. Why are we sitting back waiting for the Orcs to strike? We should attack! Surely it is better than doing nothing.
You would have us meet the Orcs on open ground? That would be madness. It is written in the Codex Astartes that this situation calls for a defensive action.
Of course. You are right. Perhaps patience is the better virtue here.
Knock it off, all of yous! We's moving out. We's not gonna stay and fight. I's the biggest Orc here, which means I's the leader of yous lousy bunch of gits. I've been waiting and waiting to fight these Marine boys, and we's gonna stomp them bad good. To do that, we need the strength of all the boys, not a small, weak mob of runts like yous boys. Use your skull for something besides thumping. We's Orcs, and we's were made for fighting and winning. Sure thing. You're the boss. We's gonna go get Big Boss Orc among us. He got something special planned for these humies.
The defense of the city of Magna Bonum was a success. The Orcs caught us off our guard, but not unprepared. I will not underestimate these aliens again. It is clear now that their primary push was towards the capital city, and they have moved in to attack with a speed I have rarely seen a military force capable of achieving. I have read reports of Orc clans who focus on fast strikes, but I did not realize they could be so coordinated. It is as if something is driving the Orcs here, some unknown desire or instinct. The Imperial Guard regiments watching over the city are decimated and will not be resupplied for at least 24 hours. The Orcs will renew their attacks far sooner. Our scouts are reporting a force massing 50 kilometers from the city that dwarfs the group that attacked Magna Bonum, and reports from civilians speak of a mighty Orc who leads them, bigger and more cunning than the rest. If the capital city falls, this planet will not be far behind. I cannot allow this to occur.
Everything is ready, boss. Them Humies is in for a good stomping. This is gonna be the best fight of their miserable lives.
Just make sure it's the last fight of their lives.
I don't take orders from you, Humie.
We've held up our side of the bargain, have we not? You wanted a new planet to wage war on, and we have given it to you. You wanted to face the Imperium's greatest warriors, the Space Marines. They are here. We've even provided you with weapons and Imperial tanks to use on the battlefield. And all we ask in return is that you keep the Imperials distracted from our operations here.
You've kept your word, but that still don't mean you can order the orcs around.
My apologies. We've delivered the last of the weaponry. They're in the hands of your servants. We'll take our leave now. I respectfully request that you keep the Marines busy for as long as you can.
We'll keep them more than busy. We'll keep them dead.
The thought of kowtowing to these creatures disgusts me. The orcs are a tool, nothing more. And quite an effective one, I might add. Perhaps. But I dislike providing such unpredictable aliens with our own weaponry. Lord Bale, orcs are not unpredictable. Quite the contrary. You can rely on them to turn against you. But they will honor our agreement as long as we provide them with enemies to satiate their battle lust. If we intimidated them into doing our bidding, showed them our strength, they would take pause before betraying us. You cannot intimidate something that knows no fear. Trouble yourself no longer with the orcs. We will have what we came for and be gone before they finish with the Imperials and turn on us.
Why is we talking with them Humies instead of fighting with them? Them smelly Chaos boys is weak. Not nearly enough of a challenge for the boys. If they were strong like orcs, they wouldn't need us to fight for them. We'll take their guns and their help, and when we're done chopping up all the Humies, we'll come back here and chop them up as well.
Orbital imagery shows a heavy concentration of orcs in the area. We must secure a location and establish a base before destroying the war boss and his clan. Combine the holy fire of the whirlwinds with the jump packs of our assault marines. Cleanse this area. Our scouts report the war boss is in the vicinity of this location. It seems a second orc clan has gathered between us. They are heavily defended on this plateau. They must be eliminated to clear a path to the war boss. Brother Tantheus?
Burned beyond recovery of his gene seed, along with Brother Michaelis. Nothing was left of them save for ash. They burned from the inside out.
Anything else to report?
The Orc war boss has been destroyed, but we saw a dropship leave the area. Captain, she bore the 8-pointed star.
The mark of the ruinous powers of chaos.
The forces of chaos? Here? Now?
Tartarus has endured several Black Crusades led by the terrible Chaos Champions. However, it seems too convenient that orcs and these heretics are here at the same time. But I trust the eyes of our scouts. Isidore, do you sense anything?
No, I have sensed nothing. But if the nature of Brother Tantheus's demise is any indication, then they would have a sorcerer with them who would be capable of masking their presence, especially with all the background static caused by the orcs.
Ah, our honored guest has arrived.
Who is it?
Inquisitor Mordecai Toth, protector of the Emperor's divine word and will.
Is he here to take command?
An Inquisitor may have near unlimited power. Yes, he can commission the service of any Imperial citizen, from peasant to planetary governor, but...
I shall not cede command of my Space Marines to him, Inquisitor or not.
Then why is he here? Does he suspect one of us of heresy?
He is an Inquisitor. They suspect everyone of heresy. If chaos taints this world, then that explains his presence. We must share with him what we discovered. Inquisitor Toth, welcome to Tartarus.
Thank you, Captain. But we have little time for courtesies. You and your men must leave Tartarus. Now.
The orcs have been repelled, and their war boss has been defeated. But this war is far from over. The orcs still threaten to overcome several major population centers, and could mass more than a large enough force to overwhelm the Imperial armies present on the planet. We have bought time, nothing more. But this is no longer a primary concern. Our scouts have recovered evidence that the forces of chaos, the great enemy, may be operating on this planet, right under our very noses. We must face this foe wherever they stand. If there is even a chance that they are here, we must seek them out and destroy them. Inquisitor Toth is demanding that we leave the planet, but of all the powers his position grants him, commandeering a Space Marine company is not one of them. I must admit that I find his presence unwelcome so soon after the events on my homeworld of Cyrene. Inquisitors have a way of inflaming a guilty conscience, and that I do not need right now.
This warp storm could trap us here for a month or for a century. We cannot risk staying here. We must evacuate Tartarus before it arrives in 3 days' time.
The Imperial Guard and Holy Fleet can attend to the evacuation. The Blood Ravens have more pressing matters to contend with.
Such as?
I believe agents of chaos have taken strong root here.
I sense no taint here. Even so, were there a chaos presence on Tartarus, it is better we leave them here with the orcs than waste more lives fighting them. We could wish no worse fate for either of our enemies, and to be trapped with the other. But we must leave here now.
That is a matter for my brothers and I to decide. We will use these 3 days to settle our affairs and satisfy our suspicions. Meanwhile, you have our transports to facilitate evacuation.
Colonel Brom, the captain and I must attend to matters of faith. If you would leave us, please.
But surely this involves me as a...
Forgive me for not being clear on the matter. I said please, when in fact I meant now.
This does involve him. You should have shown him a modicum of respect.
Captain, you uncovered extensive heresy on your home world. Cyrene, was it?
That has nothing to do with the events here on Tartarus.
But I believe they do. You requested the Inquisition undertake an exterminatus, the destruction of your planet's entire populace, which we obliged.
I still fail to see...
Captain, I am not questioning your loyalty, but I must wonder if your actions on Cyrene have not affected your judgment. Perhaps that was a
Poor choice of words. I merely fear that you might see chaos, but it does not exist. I ask that as a loyal subject of the Emperor, you serve the Imperium's interest before your own agenda.
Captain, that Inquisitor had no right to speak to you in such manner. But perhaps he is right. The coming storm will trap our enemies here, where they can consume one another.
And what if the forces of chaos escape the system before the storm? No. We will not use this freak occurrence as an excuse to avoid our enemies, or our responsibility. They are here for a reason, and we will discover that reason.
We are with you, brother Captain, as always.
The humans are coming your way in full force. You should hear their heavy feet long before you see them, and smell them long before that.
Orbital Command has indicated the dropship landed in this general proximity. We've discovered a path, Captain. It's obvious someone has been digging here.
Cut by orcs?
I've never seen an orc lend such a careful hand to a task.
If it wasn't orcs, then it must be the forces of chaos. We will follow this path and discover the truth behind what has transpired here. So the good Inquisitor senses no chaos here. How fortunate for the Imperium that such keen-eyed eagles stand vigil over her gates.
What dark crafts have these Eldar invoked?
None. At least not here. The servants of chaos sacrificed this poor guardsman themselves.
To what end, Isidore?
I know not. I believe the altar is a marker, a waypoint, in a map that leads elsewhere. Someone defaced many portions of text. Regardless of what chaos seeks here, the altar requires a sacrifice of blood, or more likely, a life.
Brother Isidore, you have an hour to study the altar. Document everything as is our tradition. Then burn it, lest its taint infect us all.
But Gabriel, there is much to learn from here. We should not be too eager to...
Learn what? Chaos does not teach. It misleads and it betrays. There is nothing to learn here, save for our next course. These transports have been damaged somehow. Make the repairs, and be quick.
Well, Brother Isidore, what betrayal have you wrought? Disabling your own vehicles? Harboring artifacts despite your good captain's instructions?
Gabriel does not understand. He does not appreciate the significance of this.
No, but I do.
Quiet, heretic. Once I find what you seek, I will use it against you for the glory of the Emperor and my brothers.
You wish to deal me a harsh blow, to prove your strength and worth. Well, then come to me. I wait at Mount Korath.
Have no fear, sorcerer. I will be there.
Under the orders of Inquisitor Toth, the citizens of Tartarus have begun a mass exodus of the planet. Such an action can lead to disaster in the best of situations. But the reports reaching my ears are ones of planet-wide hysteria as the population makes its pilgrimage to the two main spaceports. Convoys of transports and civilians on foot are being plagued by attacks from Orc forces. Stretched thin, the Imperial Guard is barely keeping order in the major population centers, sacrificing their lives long enough to hold back the green tide of the Orcs. They are truly warriors of the Emperor. I wish for nothing more than to be able to join them in this noble cause. But I cannot deny my duty any more than they can deny theirs. We have found proof that the forces of chaos are operating on the planet of Tartarus. Isidore has found evidence on the blasphemous altar that indicates they may be headed towards Mount Korath, an old mountain located dangerously close to an area of heavy orc activity. I have requested a regiment of Imperial Guard from Colonel Brom to help cover our approach. I regret asking when the Colonel's forces are already stretched to the breaking point, but there are greater things at stake now.
Exalted Farseer, the humans are moving, traversing the slope as you predicted. They are walking into our trap.
Yes, but you can never ambush a space marine. Remember that. They expect treachery at every turn. You can only validate their suspicions.
Your orders?
We have locked the humans into this path as they have locked us into ours. They know they enter a gauntlet, and they will likely drag us into it as well. Now we play our parts, and pray that we are the better actors.
Are you certain?
Yes, the path to Mount Korath. This is where the altar said we must go. Why? Do you question my findings?
I do not question your abilities, Brother Librarian, but I do question their tactical sense. That mountain pass is the perfect location for an ambush.
Listen to the distrust in his voice. He probably calls you mutant behind your back, but he fears your divinity, your power. You must put the child at ease.
I do not deny that this is likely a trap, which is all the more proof that our enemy lies in this direction.
Very true, old friend. Stay alert and follow my lead. I want no mistakes.
Agreed.
Scouts, are you in position?
Yes, my lord. We have discovered the location of the first Eldar forces.
We must find a way to overcome this Eldar strike force before we can scout out a good location to stage our field operations.
We are still unearthing more Eldar explosives and demolition charges, but we dare not move them. We replace their triggering mechanisms, however. That is all I care to do with such xenotech.
Was this a trap?
No. By the placement of the charges, it is likely they plan to collapse this area, burying the marker and anyone near it.
They failed. Isidore, study the marker and see where it leads us next.
Captain, Inquisitor Toth has arrived.
Of course he has.
Yes, Captain, it is an impressive sight. But I never claimed Chaos had never set foot on this planet before. I said that if something were here, the impending warp storm would eliminate that threat. Best we not remain to share its fate.
And as I explained, Inquisitor, the Blood Ravens will remain until the last possible moment. Until that happens, in 2 or 3 days hence, I plan on pursuing this riddle.
Captain, I do not presume to question your decisions concerning the Blood Ravens. But when it comes to employing the Colonel's Imperial Guard in your quest...
My quest? Yet again you accuse me of pursuing my personal interests. It is my duty and yours to expunge any scent of heresy or chaos.
You overstep yourself.
As do you, Inquisitor. It is not the Colonel's Imperial Guard. Their lives belong to the Emperor. It is by his mandate and will that I use the Imperial Guard against the forces of disorder and elevate them in the glory of holy battle.
I see now that coming here was a mistake. If you are set on a path that will lead you to destruction, I can do nothing to stop you. But I won't allow you to drag us down with you. By inquisitorial edict, I am taking control of the planet Tartarus. All requests for planetary resources, including its military, will go through me, Captain. From this point on, you and your men are on your own.
The appearance of the Eldar is a complete mystery to me. I have dealt with these treacherous aliens in the past, and have never seen rhyme nor reason to their actions. It is unnerving. I prefer the Orc as an opponent. For all their brutality, there is a twisted form of honor with the Orcs. They meet their opponent on the field of battle, but the Eldar seem to have contempt for all. Fighting them is like shooting at mist and shadows. Isidore spent hours interpreting the runes on the marker that was unearthed by the forces of chaos, and has discovered what they seek. He claims it is some form of key, but to unlock what, he is unsure. Never mind. It is enough that the chaos forces seek it. The key lies in the ruined city of St. Louvre-Mar.
Our choices are gone. We have but one recourse left. Do you understand what is asked of you?
You cannot ask that which I offer freely, Farseer. My life is yours.
It belongs to all Elder now, brave one. You will become the war cry made manifest. The host is assembled, and we fully commit ourselves to the battle. You are the best of us. May Kayla Mencha Kane find you worthy of becoming his avatar. Then the humans shall have the death they seek.
This delay! You cost us the key, Sindri. The false Emperor's lackeys and Eldar will battle for the city. They are not but hapless fools before your might, Lord Bale. Surely, a modicum of patience is in order here. Let us progress to your benefit and my devices. You'll see. Have faith. Have I led you astray thus far? No. But if you fail me in this... Yes, then my suffering will be great. Just be ready to move when I instruct.
Just a bit longer, and then the key will be mine.
You are approaching the objective. On your guard, brothers. The key is located in this monument, which is currently held by the Eldar. An ambush! Foul Xenos! We must find our way through the city to the monument and take it from these treacherous aliens. For the Emperor.
What is that thing?
A demon conjured by the treacherous Eldar. It is called an avatar.
We cannot allow this abomination to walk on Imperial soil. Destroy it, but be wary, brothers. It will be an enemy to be reckoned with. The Avatar is destroyed. The Eldar will not fight so fiercely now that their symbol of war is vanquished. Well done, my brothers.
It lies within reach now. You sense its power, do you not? Still, think you have the strength to use it against me. All that stands in your way is the Farseer.
Kill me, obliterate my body, and cast my name to the wind. But you must heed me. Bury that which lies beneath my feet. It will undo us all. I may be your enemy in this, but we both have a greater foe.
Do not listen, Gabriel. We must destroy this alien.
She knows much. Much we need to learn.
What could she offer but lies? Do not trust her, Gabriel.
The key!
Who was that alien? What did he steal?
A key. The last step along a bloody path.
A key to what?
The undoing of us all.
Stop speaking in riddles.
He stole a key. A key to the shadows of this world, to the evil horror that lies within.
Tell me what this key does.
You do not know. Your Inquisitor keeps you on a short leash. He knows. Ask him.
How dare you speak ill of the Emperor's loyal subject?
He has known since he arrived. Or should I say, he never left. Do you not think it convenient he appeared from nowhere and landed on the cusp of a warp storm? Or that I know him already? Human, you are caught in events beyond your reckoning. But we can help one another and stop the forces of chaos from succeeding.
You fought well, alien. And while we share common goals, I cannot risk your betrayal in this matter. You have squandered enough of my attentions.
No. For better or worse, we are locked in our course now, him and I. Your enemies have taken position in the Danan City sector. They will not remain there long. We are too weak to fight them. You have seen to that.
The great enemy managed to steal the key from out of our very grasp. Damn the Eldar and their arrogance. Had we not been delayed in reaching the key, we could have denied the ruinous powers their prize. We still have no idea what this key does. According to the Eldar Witch, Inquisitor Toth holds these answers. If this is true, then he has a good deal to explain. The least of which is not why he would withhold information that could allow us to better fight the forces of chaos. Could he be tainted? The thought is unimaginable. Even more concerning, we know now that we face more than mere chaos cults, but members of an actual traitor legion, the very Marines who turned against our Emperor some 10 millennia ago. Luckily, our scouts were able to track their sorcerer and his entourage back to their base of operations. It is located not far from our current position. I relish in the opportunity to bring death to these blasphemous traitors.
My lord, blood ravens approach from the south.
How did they get so close? My lord, these flies are minor annoyances. We have the key and ample bodies to imprison the blood ravens behind a wall of corpses while we complete the ceremony. Your assurances leave me cold, Sindri. Events have proven my words true in every turn, my lord. We are not in danger. Events have proven you fortunate, sorcerer. To what do you owe this present bout of nauseous optimism? We have received a message, Lord Bale. We have a new ally who is more than ready to betray the Blood Ravens. Excellent. Prepare for what is to come, and dispose of this idiot.
Why? How have I failed?
You were stupid enough to personally deliver ill news to Lord Bale, and we cannot abide stupidity.
Brother Mattiel, report.
The Chaos forces have rent an impassable chasm through the center of the city and have taken up position in a temple. The battle is upon us, Captain.
We are arriving at your position momentarily. Hold the chasm. I will deal with the temple.
It will be done.
You are finished, Apothecary. Had the Emperor not intended I suffer, then I would feel no pain. What foul acts are these heathens involved in?
They are performing a ceremony to release the key from its bindings. We must stop them.
Yes. We will need to break down the mighty doors of that once glorious temple. It appears they have rent a chasm across the city, stopping us from reaching the other side. An outpost with machine cults located here gives us access to the vehicles we will surely require. Secure the outpost and stop that ceremony.
Inquisitor Toth has arrived at your request.
And what do our scouts say?
The guard's distraction was a success. The Chaos Lord and his host escaped. We are, however, tracking their movements and questioning some of the traitor guard that we captured.
How could I not have seen this? How is it I am blind when it matters the most?
Are you referring to these traitorous guardsmen or the destruction of your homeworld, Cyrene?
I should have seen the rot before it spread. Instead, I was blind for far too long. I put my own world to the torch. I killed with the Inquisition's eager sanction and watched too many innocents die in a holy firestorm. And yet, here I am again at yet another doorstep, with the executioner's blade in my very hand.
Blessed is the mind too small for doubt, Gabriel. Perhaps there is truth in there, for the both of us.
I still believe, old friend. I believe in the sovereign might of the Golden Throne, and in the purity of the Imperium.
But you have lost faith in yourself.
Only in what I see, Isidore. Only in what I see.
And what is it that you see, Captain?
I see conspirators and liars more concerned with their own agenda than the will of the Emperor.
I am not so easily cowed by such displays, Captain.
You lied to me and cost me men!
Better they die, their blood pure. If you feel warranted in handing out recriminations, then their deaths are on your head. I warned you to leave this world, to leave Tartarus for the warp storm.
Your words still ring untrue, Inquisitor. I know you were here before we arrived.
I am not in the habit of explaining my actions, Captain. But yes, I was here before you arrived, stalking after horrors to strip my knights of their dreams.
The same horrors that the legions of chaos seek.
On Tartarus, there are no coincidences, Captain. There is only the storm that winnows the faithful from the heretic.
Are we faithful men, Toth? Good servants of the Emperor? It is time for us to put aside our differences. What do they seek, Toth? What do you seek here?
This world is cursed, Captain. Thousands of years ago, an artifact of ancient evil power was lost here. The forces of chaos seek this artifact. They've sought it for centuries, but have never held all the pieces of the puzzle.
And now they do.
An Imperial excavation team uncovered the first marker, and word somehow got to the enemy. With the knowledge of the exact planet and the first marker, it was a simple matter to uncover the remainder. Now they have the last piece necessary, a key to unearth the artifact itself.
What is this artifact?
A stone called the Maledictum. It contains a creature of great evil, a creature of chaos itself. The stone imprisons a demon, one of untold power.
How is it possible that the citizens of Tartarus did not know this? These artifacts lay buried beneath their own cities.
From what I surmise, the demon within the Maledictum may be imprisoned, but it is not powerless. It can still influence people with visions and madness. The ancient text in the Registratum Malpheus speaks of a warp storm that visited this system at an age when many Space Marine chapters were still young. The storm drove the inhabitants of this planet insane. Under the demon's influence, they hit the markers and buried the maledictum to protect it against hunters like myself. When colonists returned to this world, they remained ignorant of the perils. They built over the dark places, never knowing what lay beneath.
And the Eldar, did they seek this power for themselves?
No, it was they who imprisoned the demon in the first place. The Eldar fiercely safeguard knowledge of the stone against all others, going so far as to interfere in our efforts to find it. As Chaos's most ancient enemy, they see themselves as the only capable defense against its influence. And we have paid for their arrogance.
I assume there is still time to avert disaster.
This is already a disaster. The power of the maledictum is enough to turn the faithful and drive men mad. Many of the Imperial Guard and local population have already turned, as you've seen. It's affecting you, and your men as well. I can feel it. It is calling the warp storm to eclipse this system. It wants to trap us here, with it, so it can force even the best of us to serve its twisted will. This is why I encouraged you to leave. Why I still encourage it.
You know I cannot do that. I will not shrink away in the face of evil.
I would do no less. Enough. Let us end this bickering and face our enemy united. Together, we have a better chance of finding and destroying the maledictum.
They are weak, terrified of the power that you alone are strong enough to control. It is yours. Yours for the taking. But they mean to destroy it, those small-minded fools. Think of the good you could do in the name of the Emperor. You could wield. It is all yours for the taking.
The maledictum is mine.
Tartarus is a planet gone mad. Over 60% of the population has fallen to the Orc forces. And what's left of the Imperial Guard are fighting a desperate losing battle to protect those that remain as they leave the planet. The traitor Imperial Guard we encountered in Louvre-Mar are not the only ones. Nearly 25% of the Guard has treacherously turned on their former comrades, forming maniacal blood cults that ambush and carve up their fellow Guardsmen. Certainly, I have seen the powers of chaos affect the minds of men, but never so many at once, and never so quickly. The Imperial Navy holds orbit, and the Blood Raven's own battle barge, the Litany of Fury, awaits a call from me to send transports to pick up all Blood Raven forces on a moment's notice. We are prepared to leave this doomed planet. But before we go, there are things we must do first. Put a stop to the forces of chaos, and destroy the maledictum. Or die trying.
All power demands sacrifice. And pain. The universe rewards those willing to spill their life's blood for the promise of power. Sindri! What, my lord? The traitor Imperial Guardsmen have fallen. So quickly. I expected them to last a bit longer. Some of them have betrayed our position to the Blood Ravens. They're on their way here, now. Continue chanting. I shan't be long. The circumstances you mention are divine providence, my lord. Everything is as planned. Once I dispense with this last obstacle, you will have that which we have plotted and schemed to achieve. And if the Space Marine should arrive before Providence graces us, then we shall play the good hosts and indulge them in a bloody feast. At all costs, however, keep them from interfering. This is a delicate process that cannot well afford any more interruptions. And, might I advise you, throw everything at the Blood Ravens. Everything. Their every contribution in this matter is paramount, especially when we are so close. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. Power demands sacrifice.
Now you know what we fight and why. We will launch a two-prong assault against the temple with the help of several guardsman units who remain loyal to the Emperor. We must stop our adversaries from uncovering the maledictum.
Come with me. You have new orders. We know of a hidden way into the temple. Tell no one else. It is a surprise.
We must wrest control of the 4 relics from the vile forces of Lord Bale. We cannot stop until they are ours.
Reporting for duty, sir. The captain has gone to secure the southern flank and left it to us to breach the main defenses. We will not fail him. Is this understood? For the Emperor!
We have made landfall. Let us secure this location and then take the fight to the enemy. The relics have been secured, but the fight is not over. We must give the Inquisitor time to penetrate the Chaos Sorcerer's foul enchantments.
Sindri! Sindri! Lord Bale. The ritual failed to break the protective seal guarding the stone, but then I already anticipated it would not work. In fact, I counted on it. We require a larger sacrifice. It is time. Leave him. How dare you, sorcerer! My lord, never forget all power demands sacrifice. Thank you for yours. Sindri! As I promised, yours for the taking.
Old friend? I first met the librarian Isidore Achios when I was still a battle brother with no men at my command. Over 30 years in service, and I had not even attained veteran status. I had seen the power of the librarians and their neophytes, but none who wielded the kind of raw power, ability, and will that Isidore possessed. In battle, I discovered that these traits were matched only by his knowledge and wisdom. He was truly a great man. He will be missed. Now I go to destroy the traitorous individual who inhabits Isidore's form. Emperor, give me strength.
What news, Sergeant?
The Chaos Marines retreated to this city and entrenched themselves. Whatever is to happen, will happen here.
And the good captain?
I would call him starved for vengeance, but my words are inadequate to encompass his fury.
Make ready. We have wasted enough time and suffered for it.
Agreed. But we know nothing of our enemy or his intentions. Bale was someone's pawn. Sindri, he called him.
Sindri is not my concern. Isidore is. He has fallen, and he will find me at his doorstep.
Now you know the full weight of my original concerns. I must admit, I was surprised that it was Isidore who succumbed.
I know. You suspected me.
It takes either steel or rot to willingly condemn your own world, your very family, to the torch. I sensed the seed of chaos in your midst, and you seemed too eager to uncover this planet's secrets. But I was so certain the taint stemmed from you that I failed to notice its true source in Isidore. I was wrong, Captain.
We will discuss the matter another time, Inquisitor. For now, we have an enemy who demands our ministrations.
You allowed me to take the stone. You were true to your word, and for that you are a fool. Better I keep the maledictum with me. You are too weak to stomach its gifts. And now I will use its power to destroy you.
Lord Bale was likewise foolish in believing me defenseless, believing himself in control.
Make it stop!
The orcs thought more of their abilities than they did of me, but I relied on their arrogance at my benefit alone.
Please!
You, however, you hold promise. And for that, I should let you die before you prove too great a threat. But I have invested too much effort into you. And had you a century to prepare, it would still be too late to stop me from achieving my glory. Now I must prepare. Attend to the captain's demise, if you are capable.
What makes you think that I will do your bidding?
You have little choice. Your captain is quite tenacious. You more than anyone know that. You will have to deal with him, and that benefits me. Oh, and thank you for delivering the maledictum.
You cannot abandon me now?
Oh, but I can, and I do. At least I leave you in good company. Now, prove yourself worthy. Go, spill the blood of those who were your brothers. Spill the blood. Blood for the Blood God.
By the Emperor! What foul demon has he summoned? To me, brothers! Let us send this spawn back where it belongs! He who stands with me shall be my brother.
You are a fool, Gabriel. You know you are no match for me.
Of all my brothers, why you? You were stronger than this.
I am stronger than you ever imagined. I can feel the universe tremble at my approach. Even the gods know my name.
No one will remember you, traitor. I will see to that.
Pathetic. You were great once, before doubt addled your will. before you rendered judgment on Cyrene, before you murdered the innocent and guilty, all in one stroke. You weak, sorry fool! How does it feel to have slain millions? To have betrayed your own family?
I betrayed no one. Innocents die so that humanity may live. I ended their suffering, as I will end yours.
You have beaten me. I cannot believe it. I was wrong, Gabriel. So wrong. I thought I was strong. Strong enough to control it. I wanted to use the power for good, for the Imperium. You must see that. You must give me the chance to make amends, to seek redemption.
If redemption is what you seek, then that is what I will give you. This is the fate of traitors. Remember this, and do not stray. If you do, I will be ready to render you the same service. The planet of Tartarus is ravaged. Its population has fled or died under the foot of the Orc. Its cities are smashed and burning. Its very ground is irrevocably tainted with the blood of aliens, traitors, and cultists. There is nothing left. Nothing but blasphemous heathens and the mighty space marines who will destroy them. In this dark place, in this dark hour, we will stand against the enemies of the Emperor, and they will know that not even here on this desecrated infernal rock will we suffer the existence of the heretic. Not now. Not ever. This disturbance is acting like a beacon for the warp storm, accelerating its arrival.
We have little time left. We must assume Sindri has released the demon.
Then our course is clear. We must destroy it. However meager our armaments are today, the demon will not find our hearts lacking.
I know. I believe you, Captain. Here.
What is this?
A demon hammer. God Splitter. We have always intended to destroy the demon within the stone. Would we not appear the fools without the means to dispense our wills?
You entrust this artifact to me?
I can think of no better champion to wield God Splitter against the demon. And you can call it a premonition. But I believe you will end this fight, not I. You are thinking of the traitor Isidore. I render judgment on more people than you can imagine, Captain. Trust me, you are not responsible for the failings or strengths of others. It is not our lot to test their purity. We merely dispense the Emperor's justice when they fail.
The Eldar, if they are this desperate to waste their already meager forces,
then matters are truly dire. Prepare yourself. You are about to enter a battlefield, unlike any other.
Almost. A moment more, damn you. Yes, it is upon us. Bear witness to my ascension!
Ignore her, Captain. Destroy this stone before it leads others to ruin.
You know not what you do! We cannot allow this. Take this human down!
No!
Fool! You have damned us all.
Well done, Captain.
Let us bid haste, brothers. The fleet is about to depart and leave us stranded.
I am free. You have my thanks.
Show yourself, demon.
I will. Soon. Until then, go forth and spread word of my return.
I am not your herald, warp spawn.
Are you not? You released me.
No, I destroyed the stone.
Yes. And had you done so sooner, you might well have vanquished me. Instead, you contributed to my release with your every sacrifice.
Sacrifice? What sacrifice?
This planet was an altar, human. To the blood god, Korn. Sindri arranged the Orc invasion, knowing Space Marines would come to end their threat. Every death was a sacrifice toward my release. And I must say, your contributions were many and magnificent. Isidore, Bale, and finally, Sindri himself. Without so many offerings, I would have remained trapped. I thank you. I will spare your life for now. Yes, free. And know I will soon come to claim you all.
Then come and find your judgment waiting. You have escaped captivity, only to face annihilation. I know you now.